Okay, let's get back into it. Alright, hello, this lens flare is getting worse. I don't care. I have the option to fix I could have fixed this light between streams, and I didn't, and we're just gonna live with me sort of disappearing into the void. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the second stream of the day, where we're doing a photo editing one-shot. Let's see, still trying to decide if I think I'm gonna go with this one. This one or that one? Nah, I'm gonna go with this one. This one's crazy. Yeah, so doing a photo editing one shot. We're going to be doing a shot from the North Carolina coast down at Pine Knoll Shores, North Carolina, over by Emerald Isle. If you've still with us, Shelby Lynn, thank you for coming back. Yeah, if you were just with us, we did an editing stream in Premiere, working on kind of the pre-editing process of bringing in footage, sorting it, choosing the shots, so on and so forth. So that's going to be available immediately after or like kind of immediately before this video if you want to watch that. But for now, we're gonna do some photo editing, and we're gonna jump into Lightroom. As always, the little spiel at the beginning of this. My name is Eric. I'm a photographer, cinematographer, writer, director, fight choreographer, and editor. And I do these streams because because post-production is such a hugely important part of the processing and the creation of any kind of art using a digital camera these days. And it is it's a very overlooked part of the process. It doesn't get a lot of press, doesn't get a lot of coverage. And if you do get tutorials or conversations with people about it, it's usually behind a paywall, and that's not how I jam. I prefer it to be free and open and just shared with everybody. So on this stream, we're gonna, for this, we're gonna edit one photo. We're gonna talk about the choices I make, the artistic process, the things in the photo that stand out to me. And yeah, if you're watching, you are more than welcome. Please give comments, give feedback, give suggestions, ask questions. If there's anything I do that doesn't make sense, by all means, reach out and make your voice heard. I want this to be as much of a dialogue as it can be. Additionally, if you are an artist, if you are a creator, if you make anything artistic that you want to share, please drop it in the comments, drop it in chat, and share. Yes, dishwasher's done. Share the awesome work that you do, because this is as much my platform as yours, and I want it to be. I want to, celebrate the awesome things that we all do, not just the stuff that I do that I think is cool. And the other thing I always want to say is, if you want to support me and support the work that I do and the stream and the channel this channel that I get to share my work with, if you go to erichackler.com, there is, if you want to look at my film work, if you're looking to hire a filmmaking collaborator, by all means, reach out to me there. Editing, cinematography, directing, whatever you might have, we can talk about bringing your story to life. Or go to the photography page on that site, and you can get links to my Etsy store and to my photography portfolio, and you can buy a print. And those are the best ways to support me and help me to continue to get to do this awesome work. So, with that all said, we're gonna jump into Lightroom here, and this is the photo I've chosen. This is if you've been on the stream on the channel for a bit, might recognize this as you will know this day as the day that my last camera died. This is the end of this shoot is the time that the wave came up and knocked my camera out of commission. So this shoot holds particular significance for me because it's the end of the era. But I love this photo. This is what we're gonna work on. It is chaotic and beautiful, and it's gonna be a blast. And Shelby Lynn, thank you for saying I looked magical with the lens flare behind me. I kept glancing over and be like, yeah, it does look pretty cool. So that's a very sweet thing to say. Okay, so this is the photo we're gonna work on. Mostly because I want to showcase the wind. Like the way the wind was blowing on this day was insane. It's one of the reasons that my camera didn't make it. It's because I got knocked over into the shallows by a big gust of wind and then hit by a wave from the other side. But yes, this is the way the wind is going here, just like the waves breaking, the spray that comes off of them is insane. I've got several other photos that kind of showcase that. It's actually another really good one. You can kind of see the mist coming off right even before it's broken. You just got right at the top. You got it blowing off the edge there. Here's another good one where you just got the huge crash in the wave. We're gonna do all these in due time, but this is the one I want to work on today. So, first question, black and white or color? Black and white is really nice. Color has some good chaos. I think I'm going to edit this in color and then do a black and white version. I think that's what I want to do. So step one, clarity. Yeah, this is a photo that's going to be about the clarity. I think about the clarity. Hang on a second. Low clarity. It's going to give me some bloom. But let's see. No, I think this is a clarity and texture photo. This is a photo that needs that detail in it, and that'll make it better. Cropping it. I don't exactly know if I want to crop it. I think I might crop this in a little bit here. Yeah, I think that's better. That gives us that little bit of. I wish I was a little. I wish I had a little more over to the side here. Yeah, something like that gives you a sense of the scale. But I want it to be. I want this to be about the layers as well, and just the sky down to the water, down to just the layers of the waves. That really adds to the chaos that I think is really important in this photo. So something like that. There we go. I think that's a pretty good crop to start with. How are we doing with highlights? Highlights I think are a good thing to bring up for sure. Shadows. It's gonna be my usual thing. I bring the shadows up and the blacks down. I want a little bit of that contrast, but also the shadows coming up brightens up this and makes you really see the waves there, and that's really great. This is also a photo that I don't think is gonna take too much editing, which would be nice. I could dehaze it. I don't really want to in this case. I think I want to let. If I dehaze too much, we're gonna start losing that spray, and I want to keep them. I'm actually gonna dehaze a little bit lower than usual. Vibrance, maybe. Saturation up's not bad, but I think I can do a little bit of that with color sliders. So let's stick with this right now. I'm gonna bring the contrast up a little bit. Why is that brightening that much? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Bring the whites down just a touch. I am gonna dehaze actually a little bit more. Something like that seems like a decent start. Okay, let's come down to our color sliders, which is my favorite section to work with. And we can start. Ooh, there we go. Blues are gonna be a lot of places where it's at. What's Aqua doing? Aqua's. Oh man, Aqua just never has its day. Even in a shot, this shot is blues and greens, and Aqua just doesn't get to play. Okay, I'm gonna push the greens up a little bit. I'm gonna leave the blues where they are. I might do that with a saturation. Actually, if I push the saturation slider up even more, that looks good. That adds a nice, like, there's a gentleness to that blue that contrasts really nicely with the chaos, and I kind of like that. It gives that kind of feeling. I can push the blues up a little bit, but I'm also gonna come down here and brighten them. Because I want the white of that spray to really pop. Let's see. The greens I'm going to bring down a little bit. What are the yellows doing? There's going to be some yellow in there. Okay. Let's bring that down as well. Saturation wise, I'm going to push it up equal with green, and then I'm going to push it a little toward green, so we get more of that. So we really make this photo about green and blue. Yeah, I'm surprised there's no Aqua in this. It baffles me that, like, Aqua's that it's like a lot of these ones are in that weird sort of Venn diagram between the big, like, like orange is kind of one of them, Aqua's another one, purple sort of, where it's kind of like you're the in-betweeny. So sometimes it's your day and you're big, and sometimes it's like, nah, you're not even. We got plenty of green and plenty of blue and no overlap. Okay, let's see. Oranges, almost non-existent. I'm going to bring them up anyway because they add some white. Reds, almost certainly not here at all. Purples, a little bit of purple in there, and if I do that, that turns the waves whiter, so we're bringing the purples up. And magentas, yeah, not really a factor. They can stay where they are. Cool. Let's see, purples. If I desaturate the purples, that's also going to add to some of that white, which is great. I think this photo needs a little more dehazing. This photo needs a little more of a bite to it. There we go. That's coming along nicely. What if I push it up even more? That's starting to, yeah, I want this photo to have that darkness and have a little bit of that push to it. Okay. Now, next thing I want to do, what's the best way to do this? Okay, first I'm realizing I got to go to my crop and adjust my angle because my horizon is not straight and there's no reason for it not to be in this photo, so let's straighten the horizon. That's better. We don't lose much with that, and it keeps us. I don't know, though. I think it was better the other way. Yeah, I'd rather have the waves be straight. Okay, we're going to keep it that way. Let's see. Let's do some masking, because masking is just a little bit of... Yeah, there's a little couple spots we can mask. First thing is the sky. I just want to get a hold of that sky. I want to darken it a little bit and then denoise it. Delicious. Perfect. Got me the sky. We're going to bring the shadows down a bit. And we're going to take off the noise, take out the texture. Just like that. Sky doesn't need... I'll leave the texture alone, actually. Sky doesn't need much. Okay. New mask. Let me see if I want... There's a couple ways to do this. Let me try it with a luminance range first. I want whites. I want the bright stuff. Not bad. Let's come up here and adjust. Kind of getting the whole photo, but I'm kind of okay with living with that. That's an option. Okay, I'm not going to get rid of that. I'm going to do a color range. I'm going to tell it I want these blues. That is much closer to what I actually want. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, so this mask gets to go away. We're going to stick with this one. And we're going to subtract with a brush because I want to get rid of a lot of this. What I'm looking for here, let's turn the flow all the way up, turn the feathering down because I want this to be a little more specific. What I want to get here is pretty much just the spray. Not so much even the waves down here. It is the spray up off the top. So this stuff I can kind of get rid of. Little bits here. Let's get rid of stuff up there. There we go. Mostly just the spray. I'm going to kind of do a small pass over there. And then with them, I'm going to bring down the clarity. Bring down the texture. Bring up the denoise. And I'm going to brighten them up. And I'm probably going to desaturate. There we go. That is, yeah, giving those waves that nice little push to them. If I push the clarity back up. Let's do it like that. If I turn this off. Yeah, it's bringing it up way too much. We're going to adjust the amount of this brush, but we're going to stick with it like this for now. Dehazing, not dehazing. Yeah, it's more than I want to be. Ooh, we got some stuff up in the sky there that I don't want. Let's erase that. I was going to come around and just sort of gently sort of touch up the edges here. This is actually, we're going to bring the feathering all the way up, bring the density down, and we're just going to kind of cruise along the edge here and clean that up, kind of make this a little smoother coming in like that. Let's come in and get this section like that. That looks good. All right. Now we're going to take the amount of the mask because I can adjust I can go hugely all the way white. I can bring it down. Something like that looks pretty good. It just looks chaotic as hell, which is it makes me pretty happy. That's kind of very much what this felt like that day. Yeah, I'm really decently happy with that. Put the whites back, brightens it up nicely. How am I doing on noise? I'm actually doing really well with noise. This is actually looking very, very denoised, which is phenomenal. I'm really happy about that. If I turn this mask off, yeah, it adds a good bit to it. I think it's good. This mask is doing what? Why is this here? Oh, that's just the luminance range there. It's not really doing much for us. Let's get rid of that mask. There we go. Off, on, off, on. I got a little bit down here that I don't want. Let me see the overlay. Let me see that brush. Yeah, let's get rid of stuff. Nope. Oh, densities. No, we want this all the way up to get rid of it. That's the weird thing is if you set the density to like 50% on a negative brush and then you touch something that doesn't have it, it's going to add density. It's going to add it because it's going to bring it to 50%. You set the density to 50% on anything, it's going to give you a 50% no matter if it's an add or a subtract brush. Let's see the overlay again. Yeah, I want that there. Cool. All right. Good. I'm pretty happy with how that looks. Like I said, it's going to be a one shot. It's going to be a pretty quick edit. So let's do, first of all, let's take a look before and after. That's what it looks like now. You know what? That is a little too harsh. Looking at the original, let's put the clarity back. Put the clarity back. Let's put bring the clarity down a bit. Nah, it's a bit much. And then we'll bring the dehaze back. I don't know. Trying to have it both ways here with having some of the softness that's in those waves while still having the chaos here. I think saturation might also be part of the problem. Yeah, you know, I'm liking this better. I think that's a better photo. That's why I always look before and after. Because it gives you some good perspective. That is better. I like that a lot better. Excellent. 3 stars. I'm happy to move on. So we're going to do a duplicate. Do a virtual copy, and that'll just be the end of this stream. We'll do a virtual copy. We're going to go to black and white. This one we can be a little more harsh with. This one we can go a little darker, I think. My personal feelings. A little bit of dehaze. Come down here to color. Blues. Bringing up the blues I think is a good idea. The greens. Bring the greens down, because now I want that contrast. Oranges. Not really in play. Purples. Again, a little bit in play in the brights. We're going to brighten them up. Again, contrast here. Aquas. A little bit in the back. We're gonna bring that up. That actually softens up nicely there. Magentas. No, not really in play. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Let's see. What else do we do next? Clarity up a little bit. Clarity down. Clarity up, clarity down. You can never figure that out. What's missing down here? I think a little bit more. No, not the contrast. I think bringing the blacks down a little bit helps us notice the bottom, what's going on in the bottom here. I'm gonna do one more mask. I'm gonna do a linear gradient, just coming across the bottom here. I'm gonna let this kind of like fade in like that. And I'm gonna crank the clarity up down here because I want that to be sharper and darker. Dehazing is too much. I don't want to dehaze it. Texture's already all the way up. Could bring it down. I don't really need to bring it down. Bring the blacks up a little bit because I don't want it to. No, it's not even clipping out. I figured it was. Clipping out the whites at all? No, it's interesting. Where are we clipping the blacks? Oh, it's in there. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I like that. Like you have darkening this up lets it be. You still, you still notice it, and it still makes the composition work better. It makes it feel like the bigger waves are part of the whole thing, while still, lets it still be part of the thing and still have that detail to it. That's the other thing I can do is I can bring the whites down a little bit in the foreground. That's just darkening up. Can I bring the highlights down? Yeah, that's better. The highlights tend to, if they get super white, they're gonna blur everything out. Highlights let you have some more detail in there, which is good. All right, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Might come back and I'm gonna give this one 2 stars. I might come back and do a revision on it, but with this one, with this one, real happy. The detail is good. The color contrast is great. I am gonna throw that linear gradient on though, something similar. Linear gradient coming across just like this. Coming down like that. Just going to pull the highlights down a bit so we get a little more detail in there. I think that's good. Might pull the blacks down a touch more just to, again, give us a little more. Actually, I do that with shadows. Do it with blacks. I think blacks are better. Blacks give us a little touch more detail in there, which I think is good. Can up the clarity a little more, and that's going to get a little darker. Texture is kind of. Can I get more? Can increase a little bit. We're going to increase it a bit. Okay. How am I doing on noise? Really not bad. Not bad with noise at all, which I'm really happy about. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Cool. Real simple. Real cool shot. Just just a nice windy day at the beach. And there's, like I said, there's plenty more we're going to do from this series. I need to go through and like pick out my favorites, and then I can just jump on here next time we do them. But yeah, this has been a real quick little one shot, just a photo editing thing. Given that it's Wednesday, I'm probably gonna try to do another stream later in the week. Either might do a late night stream actually, because I've kind of been missing doing a late night photo editing stream. So probably gonna do one of those. But in the meantime, yeah, here's this. And if you're enjoying the streams and you want to check out some of the other ones, they're all on my YouTube page. Again, like I said, if you want to support me, go to erichackler.com and then either go to the photography section and buy a print or buy some postcards. Or if you want to make a movie, reach out and let's see if we can create something together, because that's another great way to support me and get me out there, helping you tell your stories, which is a great thing to do. Also, as I said on the last stream, there's a chance we're gonna say I've partnered up with a PR firm to kind of revamp my media presence and kind of see what I can, how I can use my talent and my content in a more get a wider reach going. So there's one of the things we're kicking around the idea of is me going back to streaming on Twitch and then uploading to YouTube in afterwards. So that might happen. If it does, I will try to post something here to let you guys know that we've gone to Twitch. But we'll see if that happens. But hopefully, if you're enjoying me here, you will can come to Twitch and enjoy me there. And these videos will still be uploaded to YouTube so that we have them and we can talk about them for posterity. And yeah. So that all being said, thank you very much for joining. I want to go back to the camera on me, but this photo is so pretty, I'm gonna keep it up here. Thank you so much for joining, for being part of this, for letting me share my work as always. By all means, like I said, comment, share your work. I want to see the stuff that you guys do. I want to elevate as many other creators as I can, because I think your guys' work is phenomenal. And in the last stream, I railed against AI art being, unoriginal and just generating stuff based on what already exists. And that's true. At the same time, I am an artist and I exist because I was inspired by other people's art. So please share your work and let your work inspire me and inspire anyone else who sees it, because that's the best thing. Feeling inspired that gets you through the day, gives you a reason to get up in the morning or in the afternoon or whenever you get up. So with that all said, thank you for joining. Thank you for being part of this. Thank you for letting me share this one beautiful photo with you. We will be back. We'll be doing more, and we will continue creating. I hope you do too. And be safe, be well. And as I said at the end of the last stream, 100% support to the writers as they are striking for a livable wage and a sustainable lifestyle as they create the stories that inspire us on a huge scale. So thank you very much. Be safe, be well, kick ass. See you next time.